What's up, everybody?
What's going
Yo,
on, guys?
I didn't realize that we were like 2 minutes late. Forgive us.
it's what we do.
Wait a minute, let me get where I can see the comments.
That's what I need to
Yeah,
pull up.
load it up. That's what I'm gonna do. I can't read them, but I'm gonna fucking
You're
do
gonna
it.
have them.
They're
What's
there.
up? We got what are we? Episode 35. We're still hanging in there.
Oh, thank God. Didn't think we'd make it this long,
I know, right?
but we did
The
it.
hell?
Why'd y'all
Yeah.
say that?
I just thought
It's
we'd be
because
busy or too busy. Well,
we're
we
busy.
are busy. We are busy,
Yeah,
right?
but
But we're
we
here.
we look forward to this. Every time. It's a good time.
Our
Yeah.
Thursday therapy session.
Yes, which you kind of were early on requesting, getting it rocking and rolling.
There we go. I couldn't find the damn comments. Well, how was y'all's week? Mine was kind of a lot to deal with.
Well, that's what you were saying, so we kind of want to hear about that first.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah, buddy,
tell
let's
me
go.
about it.
All right, so man, so much. Okay, like when you have those bad days. Like I know Kurt had one last week, and I just call them like bad luck days. Like I've had like where everything goes wrong. Something comes up, something happens. We've all had them. I had that day yesterday. So what was yesterday? Wednesday. We were supposed to change out a line set, right? And I was running late. My dad had to go and do something else. So then he's like, can you, because we're going to carpool there. So he was supposed to take my brother. And then afterwards, he's like, well, can you come pick him up and y'all do it? And, whatever, like he couldn't make it. So then I'm running late. And then I have to go pick him up. Makes me a little bit later, right? And then my back door just did not want to open. It got jammed. And I was there trying to figure it out because I didn't know I still new to the transit. I didn't know what the hell was going on with it. And the way mine is set up is like I got the middle that has all my tools and stuff that I get, regularly. Everything in the back is like my install stuff, right? So all my copper lines and wiring, vacuum pump, all that bigger stuff is back there. And I was like, we're running line sets. I need the damn line sets. So then I had to climb because there's a shelf in the middle because of the layout that this van had. I left it the way it was. That divides the middle part to the back part. I can't just get in the side and go out the back. I had to crawl behind the shelf, squeeze through. And then this is the week that I'm super busy. I had an evaporator coil back there. I had a box full of water filters and cartridges because we're doing ice machine maintenance right now. So I had to like maneuver through all the boxes and different things and finally get back to the back door. And I couldn't figure it out. It took me a while and I finally got it open, and it was because, and actually I had to do that twice because I didn't figure it out the first time. On the transit, yeah, that's why we just were like, okay, we'll do that another day because it was also like an hour away. I was like, it's going to be too late. And we had to be in an attic. I wasn't going to do that in the afternoon. So on the transit, I didn't know it had that little pin, to unlock and lock the door. It's like the pin style, the one you pull up and push down. Yep. I'm used to the little slider
on the door.
On the Chevys, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know where it is. It's not. I have stuff hanging there. It was hiding it. And it wouldn't unlock with the electric, with the button.
Yeah.
It got jammed, or one of the hoses might have been pushing on it when I was trying to unlock it. That's all it was. But I couldn't do anything from the outside, right? Like I'm screwed. I was gonna ask you guys on those. Is there a little place to put a key in on the doors?
Well, my transit, I didn't have one. I don't believe.
Mine doesn't have it either.
Place to put a key in the door?
Yeah, like
on the
manually
the back
unlock
door.
it. Because
The
my
back door, I'm not sure.
Because my button, like it wasn't, I guess, pushing it out enough. I was like, I don't know if a key would have forced it out. But
I don't think so.
I don't know if you've ever seen like, I've seen like YouTube videos, or I don't know if it's TikTok or whatever, like they pop off the plastic and there happens to be like an actual like keyhole or something, but I've never tried it. I don't know if it's on the transits. I'm just saying like vehicles in general.
I'm not sure about that. I hadn't paid attention.
On the side
Well,
door, I had to replace the handle on mine, and there wasn't.
no.
So I would assume the back door is the same way.
Well,
No, I know there's not on the side door.
okay.
Yeah.
Because after I got mine wrapped, I had a little bit of difficulty with that. And
You took it apart.
actually, I had to put it back together so it wouldn't fall apart.
You did it, or did you not take it back to the wrap company and say, "Hey, fix your shit"?
I did it. I did it myself.
He sounded so like guilty about it. Like,
That's how I feel because I haven't even taken mine back for the mirror part that came off.
oh,
And I was like, I just order one and put it on, because I got on, it was loose. As soon as I hit the highway, that thing just flew off.
yeah, right. You're like, what the fuck? Jeez,
Man, but
Well, but you made it, right? So,
no.
did you die? No. So
No.
we're good.
So I didn't get to do that call. So then we got approved to do a change out, and it was for a freezer. They only wanted the condenser changed out. I said out loud, this might have been my mistake. I said out loud, sure, easy enough. We'll do that instead today.
Hell,
Nope.
made it
We
worse.
had issues with our trailer because we have a genie lift now, which makes it a whole lot easier. Because it was a walk-in box attached to a building, right? So we didn't have to get on the roof of the building. It was its own little room, and we just had to get on top of that. Genie lift is perfect for that. We had trouble with the trailer hitch. We had trouble getting it out. We had trouble with, and then there's guys working there. My parents had, because everything's at my dad's backyard warehouse area.
Mm-hmm.
They happened to be getting asphalt and other stuff put in that day. And trying to get the damn trailer out was a pain in the ass too. So we were there for a while with that.
Well, what are you calling the genie lift? Is that like a duck jack? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. A duck jack. Duck
Yeah.
jack, yeah.
So we got one of those and we got a trailer for it and everything. So it's there when we need it. And just took us a while to get it out with all that going on. And then getting there, actually doing the work, the genie lift got that. The one thing I did hate, the walk-in box, whoever their landscaper is, put bushes all around it.
Yeah.
Right? We got to put a ladder to get up there either way. And then we got to get a genie lift basically to it to be able to be able to get it up there because it's heavy, the condenser. So we got it stuck. I didn't know the dirt was as soft as it was. We got it stuck in there. Took a while to get it out. Took a while to get it out. It sunk like almost the whole wheel, however big that wheel is, went underground.
That bitch is heavy too. Like,
yeah, and took a while to get it straightened out. Then we tore up some of their bushes, so hopefully they don't say anything.
right.
And then when I brazed, there was a piece that I just could not get. I was getting frustrated with it. It was right underneath because the copper line is right on the bottom of there's a bottom panel. Just right under there. I could not get it to wrap around. And I just installed one of these a few weeks ago and I had no issue. But today or yesterday, I had that issue.
Fucking son of a bitch. Yeah, I know the feeling. I had a rough one last week, similar to that. Kurt, did you have anything terrible go wrong?
Well, last week you did. This week?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't think I talked about mine. It was last week or 2 weeks ago doing an install on a Monday. We
real
knew
quick.
we weren't.
Once we got everything running, one of the fans gave out.
It's
one of those. Yeah.
Sounds pretty freaking similar, dude. So same shit. It was so we knew we weren't getting this piece of equipment on. So we were doing 2 installs. We had it set up for the subs to do it. They're going to bang out both in the same day. Found out on Thursday they weren't going to be here because they were supposed to be here Friday. We were going to do it on Monday. Well, they weren't here, so we called the customer on Friday. Got no response, of course. Left voicemails. Then our CRM sends out an automatic, hey, approving your appointment. They approved it, but it didn't come through on our end until like midnight, right? So I don't know if that fucked things up. So in the morning, we're running calls, get a call. yo, there's this debacle going on. They expect us there. They had put the family up in a hotel room and shit, and they were just going to leave the house vacant. And we're like, we weren't going to get there till Wednesday because the other equipment wasn't getting there till Wednesday, which ended up not getting there till fucking Thursday. It was a whole thing there. Tropic, I love you guys, but you fucking dropped the ball on us that week. So I'm like, I ran some calls. Homie went and picked it up. It gets there. The condenser's all damaged to shit, right? It's like all bent. And so they brought us a new one. And then there was the wrong heater kit was with it. And evacuate thunderstorms, all kinds of shit happening, and I'm like, fuck, got my shit outside, and to get inside you had to run around the garage, go up the steps, go to the other side of the house to get to the air handler. I had like 3 leaks, same thing. I'm like, all right, pressurized, ran out of nitrogen, so I'm like, well, fuck it, okay, I think I got it all. Go ahead and put that bitch on vacuum. It pulls down. It was, I swear to God, it was like 394. I'm like, all right, we're good. Fucking break the charge, getting ready to fire it up. All of a sudden we're like sitting there just fucking with the drain line. You hear so I'm like, bro, are you fucking serious right now, right? So like, oh my God, it was so bad. Like, I get it, bro. It was a bad one.
I just call those bad luck days. Like, and it just continues. Like, you just got to get the day over with.
Both of those sound like crap.
Dude, and I was so frustrated. And that's when that competitor went by. I told you all, like, the guy was there again.
Yeah.
Now, how many weeks ago did I post that video? It was like a month ago, calling him out. He's still working on it.
No.
Yeah. It was 50 degrees when we got there. I was like, how's your cooler? And the manager's like, it ices up a lot.
We need it. Oh, man.
Look, let me see if I can pull it up, because I was trying to do it before the show started. Screen share. There it is. Let me...
Oh, there's our audio levels. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Shit, I can't. Whoa. Okay, there you go. Now, this is the one that the guy worked on that first he was like, it can be fixed, this and that. And then he ended up just installing a new unit. So this is a new Russell. Fuck, I forgot the name of it. But as you can see, the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yo, my guy.
I'm like, dude, shouldn't be doing that.
So
he's blaming it on the customer, and he's still charging for this. He's like, I can't give away free work.
So speaking of
something,
sometimes it should be warranted.
Yeah, exactly. So we've been dealing with that too. Kurt, do you have any stories? Because I'm just gonna ramble on, dude.
I was trying not to.
I had a good day today. I made up for my bad day last week, and I had a good day today.
All right, that's what we need to. Let's hear some positivity, because I got a negative one coming up again.
Oh, did a $9,000 change out, and I changed the condenser by myself, so I had a good day.
See, that's my man. That's what I'm talking. Did you do the install? Or did you sub it?
I had to sub it. And you know that story that you said about how the subs say they're going to be there on Friday, but they can't be there on Friday. They're going to be there on Monday. I got so sick of that. They would call me the night before the installation and say, oh, I can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, these people took off of work and everything. What am I supposed to do? Call them 30 minutes before the install and say, hey, we ain't coming?
Exactly. So that's why we kind of rushed it, and we're not set up. Like, my little fucking minivan is not set up to do an install. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
it's quality. I think this is Ian. That's what's keeping it all cold. Funny enough, the sensor was stuck in that ice that I showed. So the system thought it was at temp. It was 35 degrees.
Yo, good temp. That's where we want it.
So yeah, if you look at the display, everything's good.
Damn, that's funny. We were talking about the warranty shit. So we had one. It's been like a year. I put an evap coil in, and now about 2 months ago, they've been having the system. It's been leaking out. So we did a line isolation test. We gassed it up. We obviously we looked for another leak, couldn't find it, gassed it up. Okay. Went again, did a line isolation test, put the line in the evap at like 400 or something, and pumped everything back into the condenser. The fucking the shit rose in pressure, right? So we haven't been charging for any of this.
Okay.
Going back to like warranty stuff. And so yesterday we just put a dye pack in it, kind of last resort. But again, no charge for that because
that's how we do it.
It's like, God dang, man. But it's been
that's
frustrating.
That's how we all do it here. That guy, I'm still mind blown that he's like charging for everything.
Like it'd be different, I guess, if they were stacking boxes up against it and not letting it breathe right and shit like that. Like you have to come back. Like, look.
He blamed it on the door. He's like, "Oh, they're leaving the door open." And I looked at the pattern. I'm like, I don't know if it's not charged right or if it's leaking. I don't know what it is, because it was only the bottom half that was iced up. And I'm like, we didn't have that issue before he changed it out. It was just a compressor would overheat every few days. Like I was like, we didn't have this issue before. Like, why would I know the door's messed up? It's cracked. And I think he made it worse trying to fix it, because now it's like super, like you pull it to open it and it's like all wobbly now and stuff.
Oh,
so
not my fault. I didn't do that.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I can fix that too." Sure,
I can fix that.
Sure, you can. I'm sure you can. Yeah, my dad was talking to him there because. So what ended up happening is a freezer now gave out. Right, it's an older unit too. I didn't know that my guy had went out there. We had cleaned it out. Like we had to do a deep cleaning on it because they don't get any maintenance. And it had tripped the breaker. We cleaned it out. It worked fine for weeks. And then that compressor was going out too. It was like overamping, overheating. So he ended up putting like a hose on the coil just to keep it from overheating and stuff. And it worked for a few days until we could get the new condenser, because we got the change out for the freezer, right? Where the guy was doing the cooler. And I was like, I did not expect to run into him again a month later. And he's there trying to work on it, calling tech support, this and that. And then he talked to my dad, and he's like, and I feel bad. I mean, the guy did mention, or my dad mentioned, that that guy knows who I am. So I don't know if it's like my YouTube or what that he's seen me on. So I'm like, I don't know if he's heard me talk about him, but he was talking to my dad, and I was like, I was trying to finish what I was doing. And I told my dad, I was like, what the hell were y'all talking about for so long? The guy's still looking for work. Like he's not even staying busy right now, which like I feel bad, but like, well, with the kind of work.
Well, I know where there's a cooler that needs some help.
Yeah, man. And me and my dad were talking about it. I was like, oh, I'm just waiting. I'm like, I would love to actually check it because I want to know what's wrong with it myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Should just fucking throw your shit on there for no reason.
But it's all the stuff that I recommended, right? I was like, you need a new unit. Like the compressor, I don't feel right changing out the compressor when the system is like super old and it was falling apart. So he got to change it out. And then now he's blaming the door. So now he wants to change out the door when I had already said the same thing. Like, we have a guy that does like awesome doors, because that's something that we subcontract out. He's like stainless steel guy. He builds walk-in boxes. And he does really nice, like durable doors. And we always get him. And he's done a bunch of them for us, for this customer at other locations. And now he wants to change the door, and I'm like, all right, like everything I had already told him.
Yeah, go ahead. You get the door job too. Ass smack.
While you're at it, yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. So that was my week.
Well,
that sounds good though.
I can't complain about anything today after hearing that.
Oh man,
just give us something.
It's funny though, because when we saw it, my dad got there first, and he went in, and I was like, "Oh, he beat me to it." I wanted to go in there too and see if it was at temp, and he looked at it, and he told me to go look at it, and I saw the ice. That's when I recorded it, and then he's like, "Doesn't that make you feel good though?" I was like, "Yeah, actually it does."
I feel much better.
Yeah. No.
Oh, and then like when I was taking out the old condenser, I couldn't see because like I'm on this little roof. The building's behind me. My dad was on the ground, and he's like, "This guy must be like embarrassed to show up or something." He circled the restaurant like 4 times, and I was like, "No way!" Right? And I was thinking like, okay, maybe he passed by and he left, because I've done that too. I don't like to be there when there's like construction going on or whatever.
For sure.
No, but then he showed up like 2 minutes later, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like
There
I
he
don't know.
is.
He was like trying to buy time or something.
I have shown up. I have shown up on a job where somebody else was at a restaurant, and the somebody else just packed up and left.
Oh, can't compete with Kurt.
He did. He brought the owner outside and said, "Who you want to do this, me or him?" And she goes, "Well, he's just here for the air conditioner over here," and he packed his stuff up and left.
That's funny as shit, bro.
That's how my
It's like
dad
the
used,
Wild West.
that's how my dad used to be, because we've had those run-ins too. He's like, well, who do you want here, and this and that. But I'm like, I don't know. Like
That's
I don't mind competing for jobs sometimes. I let my work speak for itself. Brian,
Hell
go and give him a hug. I was upset that day. I wasn't not going to give him a hug.
Definitely not gonna be a hug.
Oh man, have some compassion for the
Well,
poor fella.
my dad's changed a lot over the past year, because he went and talked to him and chit chatted for a little while, and the guy told him all that. He's like, and I could hear some of it, because he's like, "Oh, how's work? Y'all got a lot of work?" I'm like, "I mean, we do right now," and I guess he's still looking for work. So what y'all got going on?
Sorry about all the colors changing over here. I ain't got no control over it.
Got that RGB going on, son.
I don't know how to stop it.
Oh, Rudy. I saw Rudy in here. What's up, Just Work? Did you say you had a buddy that was in the Olympics? I think that's what I heard him say last time.
No way.
Did you hear me?
The Olympics.
He
He's
said
got a
something
buddy
about
in there.
taekwondo. That's what he had said.
Oh yeah. That's right.
I don't know if you all are into the Olympics or anything.
Nah. Like, dude.
I
No,
am.
we're good. Well, we see it, red, white, and blue. You're flashing, bro. Represent. It's like the fucking police showed up to Kurt's house.
Changing colors.
Yeah,
Oh,
the dude who just fought though, Jake Paul, Mike Perry.
oh yeah.
He's like a bare knuckle guy and was, I guess, UFC too. But he's from like where I'm at. I'll go into the supply house. I just chop it up with the dude there. Shout out to Wendell. His son is a professional boxer, and I found out Mike Perry trains here, and that's where I found this part out. I was like, so if I'm ever driving down Hancock, dude, and like I see some, just don't flip some random guy to bird. It might be this guy, and he'll just beat my ass. You know what I mean? I was like, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
You got to know.
Even though he got beat up, but it's okay.
Didn't expect that either.
Yeah. So, you good, Kurt? You got a squared, son?
They're still
Kinda.
flashing, but at least they're not flashing red, white, and blue.
Whoa, there's nothing wrong with that. Damn.
Oh, you know, I'm sorry.
Kurt said, "Oh,
Brian, I was at a job yesterday fixing 2 TXVs on a custom cold rail cooler unit. The guy who said it couldn't be fixed showed up while I was there. So did you show him how to fix it?
You know, I have a saying on the office in my wall. On the wall in my office, it says the person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it.
Yeah.
that's awesome."
Yeah, my dad had a whole, I don't know if I mentioned it here or on the other one, but I think my dad had a tough day recently, right? And he was trying to figure out something, and he's like, damn it, son. Like, if a man made this, a man can fix this. So he's always like,
Hey.
I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
That's how I got into how I do things too. I'm like, no, I have to figure it out. Like, there's a way.
Yeah, gotta just fucking figure it out or watch a YouTube video.
Good old YouTube.
You know, I hired a guy one time, and he was taking a really long time on a condenser fan motor one time. And I sent one of my other employees over there to find out what was going on. And he found him looking at YouTube to try to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think we need to have a talk.
This man said he could turn anything into something.
We had it was a relative of mine, but he used to work for us, and when he went to another job, he said he knew how to do all this refrigeration work and HVAC work. And then as soon as he got there, because we know the guys that he knows in this trade, right? So when he got to the other company and he was like given like free reign and all that, like because of what he said he knew, the guy was always on the phone, like calling the refrigeration guy that we used to have, because he's a good friend of ours. He's a good friend of his when we all worked together and all that. And the guy was good. Like I rode with him for a bit and stuff. And then that guy stays in touch with my dad, and I see him every now and then too. He's like, "Tell your brother to stop calling me. He's always calling me for help and this and that." So I was like, "Yeah, he doesn't know, but he knows how to find the answer." Man can make it, but did the engineer design it to be fixed? I don't know. That's a good question. That's another one. The issue I'm having right now is service ports. I hate the way Heatcraft is doing them.
What's wrong with the service port?
Well, before they stuck out, which was fine. They looked like your typical, well, for me, refrigeration. It was like the kind of like the valves you guys see. I don't know, the service valves, the pump down valves. The ports were sticking out perfectly fine. I never had an issue with it. Then they started putting them inside or pointed inside the cabinet, so I had to take off panels to even hook up my vacuum and gauges and all that. Then they started sticking a sight glass line in between them, so I couldn't even fit any VCRTs in there. I was like, all right, nice. Now,
speaking of VCRTs,
now they pointed them, or they put them outside again, but now they're up and angled at a 45 degree, and it's like hitting the panel. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to fit anything on here either? So
take the panel off.
I have to take the whole side of it off. If that one panel, because where the cutout is, there is a panel there, but it's all one piece that wraps around the side, which I hate. Yeah, you can cut it.
Yeah, I would cut a little holes.
Yeah, I was like, I can cut it, but I didn't. I just jammed my VCRTs on there and they fit.
How do you like those VCRTs?
I don't know what's wrong with my. Okay, so that was another thing when I did my.
Which VCRTs are we talking about?
I'm using my field piece. So I don't know if it's a VCRT or I don't know if it's a micron gauge, because I only have one micron gauge right now. I need to get another one and do some testing with it. But when I did my vacuum, like I can, and that's a weird thing, right? About the vacuums, I pulled it down to like even like 380, 400, something like that. And it held pretty well, but then it rose up, right? And I'm like, I don't like that it's rising, right? But I don't know if it's like I said, my VCRT or my micron gauge, because I did a test here and it rose as well. So, and the gaskets look fine. I haven't messed with it too much. That was the first time that I actually tested it when I showed you guys.
I'm going to refrain from using names, but there's a new VCRT out on the market that I've had a lot of trouble with. A lot of trouble with.
I don't know.
I say we need to know exactly who you're talking about.
Well, they have been in some of my videos,
I need to get
but
another one.
but not anymore.
Understood.
Mechanical Environments is saying he always pulls with 2 micron gauges. I think I want to do that now because I don't know if I trust the one that I have.
It's shitty though. Like if you have more than one, do you even have? You know what I mean? Like if you have 2 micron gauges, do you really have one? Like that works? Like
I don't know. And I had the blue vac one, but it always died. I couldn't leave the batteries in it, so it got really annoying. I don't know what micron gauge to get. What did you end up getting, Kurt? Because Jake, you have the field piece, right?
yeah.
Kurt, which
I've
one
got
are you?
the 2 that I trust are my 2 field piece. I got an old field piece that's not Bluetooth,
Oh, okay.
and I've got the Bluetooth one. I just have to, like today, when I got done pulling the vacuum, even though I isolated it, when I unhooked it, it was still showing microns.
That's what happened to me. I was gonna
So I'm gonna
show you
have
that
to
too.
clean it, I guess. I mean, even though I did isolate it, I turned off the valve before I allowed any refrigerant in there, and it still acted weird.
I noticed that too when I took it off the job when I was doing that change out. It still said like 6,000 microns or something, and I was like, it's disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, might not do that occasionally, but I think I just got to. I've never cleaned it.
I don't think I have either, but I've never seen it do that.
I've allowed pressure to get on mine too often. I have to clean them every so often.
I only did it the one time. It was my old one, and I tried. It got all jacked up, so I just bought a new one. We just pour a little bit of alcohol inside the thing, shake it up, and
shake it up a little bit, let it dry out. Do that a couple times, and it should clean it up.
It should.
Isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah.
And a Q-tip.
I got to do that, and I got to...
No Q-tip, anybody. I just want to make sure that was just a joke. Allegedly.
Jam it in there. I got to clean mine, and I got to... I didn't even change the oil on it today, so I'll change it out. I don't know. I'll test it again, but I feel like it's been acting up recently.
Yeah, I can't trust that. I feel like I can't trust any of the valve cores sometimes. Then the hoses, you're just like...
You got to check everything.
Yeah, dude, and you're like, oh, less points, but like these hoses, I mean, they're pressed fittings. You know what I mean? They're not single components, so it just sucks.
Well, dude, you work hard to get a tight system, and then you got to question the tools you're using to pull a vacuum.
Yeah, and then who was I talking? Like, if you pull your vacuum too fast, and then you see it rise. It's just the moisture inside the line, and it's like, well, you just pulled it down too quick. So you're like, well, who is it? I mean, I guess you should probably do it like a triple evac, maybe. I don't know. That might help it.
Oh,
but who's got time for that? You know.
I'll do it if I need it. I don't do it all the time.
Speaking of who has time for that, I posted a video where all I had to do was clean out the drain. And somebody said, yeah, that may have fixed the problem, but you really need to calculate BTUs on that thing. And
yo, you want me to do a heat load calc with this bitch? Like,
and I'm like, I don't know who your boss is, but he's going to be pissed when you take 2 hours to clean a drain.
Yeah, straight up, be like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I did have somebody say something. I love these. We should just like for ourselves, like when we do this shit, like have a comment of the week for each one. Generally, mine are all like 99% of the time fine. But I did have someone be like, "Yeah, why not like do something?" I'm like, "Yeah, why the hell would I?" Like, you know what I mean? Like that has nothing to do with what I'm doing. You know,
unless you're somebody that really needs the work or something. I mean, you could drag it out, get some extra.
Dude, do you respond to him like that, or you just saying that?
Nah, no, I did. I'm gonna find it for you because I was like, yeah, why the hell would I do that? I used to try to be like real PC or something. I'm just like, whatever. Like, for the most part, it's tongue in cheek the way I speak, and I don't care. Like, at this point, but it was
dude,
Go ahead.
I had one guy who was posting these really negative comments about this filter that I didn't change at the moment because it didn't fit. He was posting like I'd be fired if I worked for somebody, and so I went to block him or just removed the comment. And when I hid the user from view, like 12 comments just disappeared. So he's been dropping these negative comments all throughout the video.
That's all he's doing.
I got those too, where it's like the dude was like, I had a couple of them that hated so much, and I'm like, man, okay. And you'd expect that they would stop watching. No, like every year I get like some random comments from that same person, and I'm like, you're still here watching. All right.
Well, you can, with YouTube now, you can just hide the user. Yeah. He's not blocked. He can watch your videos and he can comment all he wants to, but nobody's going to see it.
Yeah, but it's just like, why don't, like, if I don't like something, I just unsubscribe or don't watch. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Mechanical is saying because of a headed sensor, refrigerant will mess with the sensor and cause it to read microns at atmosphere. I think that's what's going on with mine, so I'll have to check it out or clean it.
Yeah, it's time to throw it away. Get a new one.
They ain't cheap anymore.
You ain't lying, bro.
I bought one for like $500 and it worked twice.
I don't get it, dude. Like, what was the probes? That's the one that I keep bringing up because I went back to a video and I specifically said in that video that they were like $450. They're like $700 right now.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Because I was gonna buy one, and then I had the deal with Field Piece. I'm like, hey, send me another kit
now.
I mentioned something to my contact at Field Piece, and I got no response.
Oh man, Mike says he cuts out that metal part that I was complaining about at the panel.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna start doing that.
Might as well at this point. Oh my god, where the hell?
Yeah, I feel like Heatcraft never gets it right, and then they probably don't like me, but it's whatever.
Yeah, apparently not. They won't even let me tour their facility because of you.
Hey man, I don't know what to tell you. Didn't know you guys do lives like this. We're live every Thursday. Check us out.
Let's go. Man, I'm just trying to find this comment because it just irritates the hell out of me.
Oh, you're looking for it right now?
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer commercial or residential? I prefer commercial. The two other guys prefer residential.
Yeah, I love I mean, honestly, that little call today when I hit y'all up, I'm like, I'd like to dabble in this a little bit. It'd be good to learn it and be able to do it, but I like the interactions with customers. You never know who you're gonna meet.
Mike finally got the MR45 recovery machine.
Yee!
Are y'all using that one too, or what do y'all use?
That's what I have. Yeah.
I went back to the G5 Twin.
Any reason?
Smaller.
I've never actually tried it.
It's just smaller and fits in a tighter spot.
Oh, okay. The Navac stuff looks interesting, I will say.
Yeah, all the new shit. Like they just came out with a new one, didn't they?
They got a whole bunch of new stuff right now.
Dude, I've got extra stuff from when I had employees. I've got like 2 extra recovery machines. I've got extra vacuum pumps, and so I had extra G5 Twins. I thought I'd use it. It saves a little space.
Hell yeah. I can't remember the last time I recovered a refrigerant, to be honest with you.
You put that midnight recovery on it?
You ever heard of a thunder stick? Okay, bub. I tell you what. No, seriously. Ever heard of a thunder stick? I think we've talked about it before.
No. What's a thunder stick?
You take a piece of 3/8, you braise on a like the straighter like the nipple. You know what I'm talking about with the the stem.
In the ground?
Yeah, and then you get a 3/8 or 3/4 round that, pinch it, and then just shove it deep in the ground and let it ride, baby. Yo, first time the first job when I moved down here, that's what a dude like whipped out. I ain't never seen that shit. He's like, oh my god, what's that? He said it's a thunder stick. I'm like, what? Yeah, I mean, you got to go out your way to make one of them. And all right, let's do it.
I've seen them put it in water, but I've never seen that.
Straight up.
Speaking of nipple, you did have a day with the wasp was it yesterday?
Yeah, tell us. Speaking of nipple,
you sounded
nipple and wasp.
Well, the last
in
time I got stung by a wasp, it was in the nipple, but it wasn't this time.
Let's see it.
Dude, do you know what a guinea wasp is?
Mm-mm.
It's a little wasp that has yellow and black on it. And these jokers are mean. They are aggressive. All I did was walk underneath their nest. I wasn't bothering them. It wasn't nowhere near the air conditioner. There wasn't but 2 wasps on this nest, and they both jumped off and tagged me on the back of the neck.
No, sir. Today.
That hurt. That hurt. I hit the back of my neck so hard my glasses flew off my head.
I never had to deal with that. Even though I live in Texas, I don't deal with snakes, wasps. The only thing I had recently was scorpions that came in the house, but that was it.
Scorpions.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I mean, I barely moved out here. My girlfriend's like, oh yeah, every now and then we get those. I'm like, We found like
get over here.
5 scattered in the house.
There are some out here, but you rarely ever see them.
I had never seen one before.
I still have yet, so I'm good.
Young or Chris got the new yellow jacket. Got it on sale at Target. I've never used. Oh, I had the old yellow jacket recovery machine. Actually, we still have it.
The only yellow jacket I had was the Bullet X, and it was still is fantastic vacuum pump.
I had the
They got a bullet vacuum pump now that looks like it's pretty tough.
Yeah,
the one that's almost black.
Oh yeah. They're getting there. I mean, their stuff looks a little dated sometimes, but they're getting there.
It does. I seen they got the at my Tropic, they got the new, the gauges. I mean, I'd never get them, but
it's for. I feel like the screen's nice. It's for show, right? Because it has like the little actual gauge colored and everything.
Yeah, it's really good, and that's how the first set was.
I am having to replace a brand new manifold, the 480V by Fieldpiece.
The one you just got?
Just got it. I'm having to replace it.
What happened
to it? This man literally, he either fucks with his shit really bad before he uses it, or he just has the absolute worst luck with any set of tools.
Well, dude, I used it to try and pull a vacuum, and it wouldn't show microns. I put a micron gauge on it, undid my yellow hose, and put a micron gauge on it, and I'm already down to like 500 microns, and it still reading 29.9 inches of mercury.
It's pissed as shit. Like, what the fuck?
Everything else on it works.
Take it back.
You already take it back?
Yeah, I'm going to swap it for a new one.
Damn, man.
I still believe in them. I think I like that manifold, so I'm going to get another one.
I tell people it's hard to beat that one.
I just use probes.
I have Well, I got more probes. I wanted the whole psychrometer and everything, the whole kit.
Oh, and I had a psychrometer fail on me. I don't know if it
See?
got wet or what.
You got leak detectors fail, the valve cores fail, gauges fail.
It's
Well, the
Georgia Air.
psychrometer I've had for like 4 or 5 years, and I've got 3. I've got one for return, one for supply, and then one for outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having to use my one for outdoors for my return now because that one just kind of flipped out. It don't really read the right temperature at all.
Mine will do that, man. I'll put them like when I put my clamps on the lines, it'll just sporadically jump all around, and then got to kind of take them off, clean the sensor, I guess, or and put it back on. It's like, we'll let it ride.
I was gonna say it's a Georgia Air, but
Mike's
like all the bad stuff goes to Georgia.
Yo. You never have no luck with nothing. I feel so bad.
Mike likes the field-piece vacuum.
Oh, I have a bone to pick about the field-piece vacuum.
See? Here we go. Come on.
When you change the oil, you're only changing half the oil.
Yeah, you've said that.
So if you get contaminated oil, if it's got moisture in it, you got to change it like 4 times just to get it out.
Which I've heard people do that, and they say that's just the system, but it's probably just the oil.
So I like the vacuum pump. But that one thing, which is a key feature on that vacuum pump, is kind of frustrating. When I change the oil, I want to have fresh new oil in it. I don't want to have half mixed and half contaminated.
That's a problem. I haven't even I have that one too, and I have not brought it down at all because I've just been using the battery powered one.
That's all I'm using right now.
I might. Yeah, I don't think I need my. Well, I will need the field piece if I need more hoses hooked up or whatever, but I haven't used it. I don't think I've used it all summer. It's sales gimmick.
That's what a lot of people say. I've used it though. I mean, a few times.
Well, I'll tell you, if you ever vacuum a system that is full of moisture, you'll see what I'm talking about. You have to change your oil so many times you run out of oil.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of shitty. What are you gonna do? You just live with it. I don't even change my oil.
I was gonna say, Chris was like, "Who the fuck changes the oil?"
Yeah, there we go. Honestly, bro, that Bullet X, bro. I'll tell you what. I only had to change it out one time, and it was on this, bro. It was bad. The system was flooding so bad. It turned like milky white, looked like semen, bro. And I was just like, nah. You know what I mean? I could have probably donated that and got some money, but
Dude, that's disgusting.
I'm just saying, Y'all ever see the Replacements, the football movie? And I think
I have.
And they put stickum on his hand. It was all like gooey and gross. And he was like, "Coach, it looks like I just jacked off an elephant." You know what I mean? Because he was like fast as a motherfucker, but he couldn't catch a football. And that's what it was, all goopy on his hand. That's what the vacuum pump oil looked like.
Oh.
I might have a video of it.
You got pics?
Always. So I did that glycol machine, fellas. Whatever I sent to y'all, I think I don't know much more than when I started it up. The only thing is that the pump did come on, but nothing happened in whatever, I guess, the reservoir where the glycol is. It just kind of sat there. Then I hit the other switch, and the compressor or the fan never came on, and then the display never came on. So that was my extent, and I said, "Yeah, man, you need to replace the whole thing."
Sounds about right.
I said like the first thing I was like, well, if this display's bad, if I'm not getting anything to that, maybe we got something going on there. But when I flip the switch, it would spark a little bit. So I'll probably just have to mess with the wiring or something. Take apart the pump and check the impellers, I guess.
Take it apart, and that's how you learn.
If anybody's in the chats, working on them glycols, you let me know. The beer's a little foamy.
Ah,
I haven't worked on that in a long time. We used to do, but we had a guy that was good at it, so he kind of did a lot of it. But a lot of times it was just low on glycol or something like dirty or like something simple. I never had to go too crazy with it.
Two little jugs of the glycol up there, and I was like, I don't know. And like they were full, so but like inside the reservoir, it looked like you could see the line, but I would assume once it starts pumping, it's different. So who knows? I did. I went up there, I looked and turned it on, and that was the most of it.
The good old college try. All right.
Schedule yourself some time, at least a couple hours, so you can spend some time and go over it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It's at a driving range, so they're open at 6 a.m. and close at like 11. 'Cause it's a restaurant, a pro shop, and the driving range is a big bar right there. So I was like, I'll just get there early because I went there for 7.5 ton maybe, or it might have been a 10 ton, and TXV. They had somebody else out there, and there was a leak in the evap coil. So I was like, all right. Well,
and they wanted you to check the glycol system. Is it for beer or what is it?
Yeah, it's for the beer to do. Is like, do you by chance work on glycol? It's like, of course we do. You know what I mean? I want to be like, I do it all, man.
You never say no.
I don't want to.
Dude,
fuck that. I was like, wow. Because
how hard could it be?
It's worth it at least. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
I got a call the other day for a chiller, and I ain't worked on chillers since I've had my own business. I used to work on them when I worked for other people.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I ain't taking a chiller. A chiller, just a simple little condenser fan motor on a chiller could be an all-day call. So yeah. I was just like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry.
Thought about it though, didn't you?
Not really. Not really.
He's like, this will make some good content.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, he told you that. He's like, make a video, it'd be neat.
That's what he did. I strapped on the GoPro, bro, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be ass. People are gonna like fucking look at this fucking douchebag trying to figure something out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking.
Well, people love it when I make myself look stupid.
Yeah, they do. Like, all you had to do was fucking, you know what I mean? Reverse thermodynamic osmosis that motherfucker, and you're good, dumbass.
And calculate the BTUs.
Like, yeah, straight up. Like, did you see what the flow rate was for that 3/4 PVC, Kurt? Did you check? I mean, I wanted the inches of water column and everything. Like, bruh.
No.
Man, y'all had that Ohm's law last week that y'all were talking about too.
You know, I think it's the electrical engineers that just don't get it. They've never done this kind of work. They just don't get it.
In the lab, it's good what they figure out. You know what I mean?
Well, they're doing it on paper.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay,
It's
yeah, in theory, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Kurt said in the video, now I know y'all are going to come at me or something. He goes, but y'all really don't know what it's like out here. Like some shit like that. I was like, hell yeah, Kurt, give him hell. He goes, trust me, I know what the numbers are supposed to be. Oh, I picked up one of the mega meters, the little Mega 500, that Subco one.
The same one?
Yeah, they had it at Tropic. I was like, hell yeah. At first, they had it for like $140. I'm like, bro, I can get it on fucking Amazon for $80. They brought it down. So
Have you tried it?
Nah, dude, you need a fucking battery. So I was like, no bullshit. That day, oh my God. So I do have a video. I was recording for it. I was like, hell yeah, this will be perfect. I get there, thought it was a drain line. It was a drain line. And then I go to turn it on. Breaker was tripped, yada, yada. I was like, perfect. Well, I needed the C batteries. I'm like, I don't have any of those stupid shits. You know what I mean?
It takes
I
what
carry
Steve.
C.
See? Dang.
Yeah.
Like 2 of them.
Yeah, who? This isn't a mag flashlight, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
That's even worse because I had the old school leak detector. I think it took D batteries. I think C is even harder to find.
God, fucking stupid. So, anyways, I haven't used it yet. No, but I had a perfect opportunity, and I didn't. So
You blew it.
I just use it sometimes.
you blew it.
Burn.
Yeah, that's
Do we need to do a counter?
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. A shot counter, bro. Let's do it.
I didn't get shots, but I did get stung by a wasp twice.
Twice. Not on the nipples though, so we're good. not on the baby feeder, so we're good.
I had seen this comment earlier. If Krauss is Led Zeppelin, Curtis is Ace Frehley. It reminds
Freely,
me,
man.
Freely, sorry.
Freely.
My eyesight. That reminds me, we have a playlist. If you guys in the chat ever want to recommend some music, I will add it to the playlist. And we've had a lot of recommendations. I just updated it.
Nice. I'll take lead. I'll be a lead head. You can have your Ace Freely.
Get C battery adapters that fit one AA cell in them.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
Hack it. Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, but if you just get C batteries one time, they're going to last you forever. You're only using them for beep. Only when you press a button are they being used.
I've had faulty, like my micron gauge, the blue vac, killed the batteries when it was off. And I think that Inficon, Mike knows what I'm talking about. The Inficon leak detector. Pretty sure if it was there for a while, like it would end up dead. I don't know. I remember changing them out constantly, so I always had D batteries on the damn van.
So, gotta love those Inficons, don't you?
From what I've gathered, they're the best, and they're a sponsor of the world's greatest HVAC YouTube channel. So,
what channel is that? Oh, okay. It took me a while to. Yeah.
Rick. No. So real quick before we hop off, Kurt, has any of them reached back out to you about that? I mean, since the last time the guy did a demo at your store, but nothing else from them.
Nope.
I love it.
I got a bad problem with leak detectors working. Like when you take them out the box, you take them out the box and they seem to work, and then 3 months later they don't work. The only one that hasn't done that to me is the ultrasonic.
You know, I'm beginning to think
I saw Rick using that one now too.
There's one common denominator here, and it ain't the tools.
Oh yeah, that's
good. Have you? Yeah, I heard you say something about Rick doing it. I did see a short he posted about that. I had to get one of those guys. Kurt, you like that one now, right?
They're expensive,
but
yeah,
like it.
I use it. I'm learning how to use it better. But
do you have to use their like dweeby ass headphones that they come with, or can you get like some good ones?
Yeah, you can get some good ones. They just have to have the small plug.
They look like the old school like Walkman headphones I've seen. They're like all like chinchy. Like
I didn't know they still made those. Yeah.
Yeah. You remember the ones back in the day that went over your ear? Those were the best. Yeah.
I'm using those.
Okay.
I saw Rick using just like earbud ones, I think.
Oh, okay. So they've come along.
You can just change them out. Yeah. I might want to try that one too.
Yeah, I think that's a good good idea.
It does work. It's consistent. It don't burn out a sensor. It's a friggin' microphone.
Yeah,
That's all it is, right?
because
It has nothing to do with infrared or heated diode, anything like that.
No,
there's just,
it is finely tuned to hear that one sound.
there's nothing to
These,
screw up on it.
like if you hear something frying in the background, if somebody's frying chicken, it might mess it up.
Why they frying chicken? Or why we got to go there?
Or if it's a windy day or something, it might mess it up. But
Like in terms of like,
So I can't use it.
right,
I work.
it's just-
It's windy here all the time, and I work at a place that makes fried chicken.
yeah, it's straight up. It's like he's screwed.
it specifically picks up on the sound of gases escaping that sound,
That's
and
cool.
it amplifies them. So, like if you're in an air handler in an attic,
That'd be
you
sick.
can stick it in the air handler and you can hear it.
You just gotta wet the coil, right?
Yeah, wetting the coil makes it better.
So in terms of you just spray it down with some bubbles, just some water, what, and then
Water. Spray
Okay.
it down with water. If it's already wet because it's been running, hey, that's great. But you can spray it down with water and the water reacts with the leak and makes it sound louder. So it works better.
hell yeah, well, I'm gonna look into it because it's
They need to
hard,
make
man.
it. They need to make it Bluetooth.
That would be sick. That would be pretty dope.
Hey, that reminds me of the field piece thing. I've told them about the screen on the probes for years, and everybody else is.
Everybody else, they really have though, which is crazy. And you know another thing I hate about the field piece, and not hate, but
I was
like
gonna
on
say
their
we're gonna
meters,
bash field piece now.
bro, they use the blue light on their meter instead of like a white LED. Like the
On
blue
their
is just
meter.
such a
Okay. Yeah.
the meter screen. Like the blue light is just shitty.
Yeah, I don't
nope.
even use it that much.
Blue light.
The backlight.
Like when the backlight on the meter.
Oh,
It should be
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
on
it should be
their.
a
That's on their manifold too.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's-
got the same light on the manifold.
That
It
is
should-
dumb.
It should be white. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my Testo one was the white. I'm like, yo, this is so crisp and easy to see. The blue one, you're like, you know what I mean? Well, I'm blind already, but
You got to be right in front of it.
yeah. So, field piece, you suck.
I turn them on sometimes for my videos. I turn them on for my videos so people can see what I'm
Oh, yeah.
seeing, and it doesn't always show up.
Yeah, doesn't translate. So.
Hey,
Bastard.
I had a question on that. That one that you did, the condensers 10 feet in the air. Why were they 10 feet in the air?
2 reasons. It's a floodplain, so they had to be elevated.
10 feet?
Second, it's a bad neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
No. Most importantly,
I complained. I complained to the guy. I said, if this thing wasn't 10 feet up in the air, I wouldn't need help just for something to stand on. And he goes, well, if they wasn't 10 feet in the air, they wouldn't be there to work on.
That bad? We have a bad area that I've done work at, and I noticed all the condensers on the floor.
like cages.
For split systems are in cages. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I've seen it on people's videos. I've never seen it in person. Like somebody
Half the time
ripping
those
it
things
out.
are locked, and you got to cut the lock off because nobody has a key.
All the time, bro. Like it's the stupidest thing. We used to have a guy custom make them, but because we used to do a lot of work in Baltimore, and that we would have a dude be like, "Yo, we got this right here. Here's the dimensions," and he like fabricate it to where it's like he would have nice cutouts for the ports and being able to get the door off and like shimmy it. It was pretty slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I've
have.
seen some nice ones, but half the time they're not locked, or you can
They're
just
not
pick
even
them up.
screwed down, bro. Yeah, you can just lift them over. Oh, that's so funny. It's like bars on my window and bars on my heart.
Yeah, we've had the roof hatches. They used to put locks on them, and nobody ever had the key.
Yeah, that's annoying as
Mhm.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Or
like,
you
you're
crawl.
like,
You climb all the way up there only to find it locked.
yeah,
You climb all the way back down, and they give you a key, and it's the wrong key.
that's the yeah.
Oh
and
yeah,
you're
they're like, oh sure, I think it's this one. No, I already know if I see a lock, I'm cutting it.
there we go.
Yeah, but you're hanging from a ladder when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because you're trying to. Luckily, like when they got the scuttle hole with.
Oh
the,
yeah. I get a
you
lot of
kinda-
those.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm good with this. But
We
then
have-
you got the janky ones, bro. They got the plumbing pipe right next, like that. Why? Who did this?
But we had one that's it's kind of broken. I think I don't know if it was me and my dad leaned on it and it like caved in.
Ooh,
Like okay, don't do that.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else before we get off?
yeah. Let's go ahead and call it a night.
Steal the condenser and the cage, and you can scrap both.
Yeah, straight up. That's a good fucking point. That's true. Oh,
All right.
smart. All right, y'all. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week.
Let's go on the next one.
Feel peace, you suck.
Well, you know it ain't me. I can't whistle.
Oh, you can't?
No.
All right, well, that's the topic of the next show. Oh. My man said he can't whistle.